Hi, my name's Huckster and welcome to our live stream in Pax Day. Okay, right, so I did have a couple of technical issues with the internet, a few crashes, but I think we are good to go, so let's go back into the game. Yeah, so when I left, Vlad had just joined us, which was really cool. Okay, good, we're in. And where am I? I'm running down a hill in the middle of nowhere. Alright. And True was with us. Levi and I have been spending a bit of time crafting, grinding, and it looks like Matt's back from his night out. So I just want to get across the border, which is here. Yeah. Okay, maybe it was a zone crash. I don't know. It all got a bit messy. Game crashed. Discord kind of crashed. And I was just heading back to my new base. Oh no, is this the border? Don't know what that was. Let's have a look on the map. Yeah, no, I'm inside the border. Okay. Maybe that was just a bit of good old-fashioned lag. It's just probably rendering in, loading in the whole map. Okay, there's the new plot. Right, I'm going to nip back into Discord.
Was it another MMO?
No. 1 second.
Hey guys.
You're back.
Hi, you're back.
Yeah, not entirely sure what happened, but it seemed to be internet related. So a few reboots later, and we're back. How was your night out? How was dinner?
It was all right.
Yeah, cool.
Wasn't bad. Like I said, the best part was the company, and otherwise, you know, everything else was mediocre at best. But we had a good time.
How was the dancing?
It was brilliant.
Yeah,
We had a great time.
really sexy and fabulous.
Oh, of course, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, the infected was the game.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
It was the same. We reduced the foliage, and after that you can see everything.
What was this? What
It
game?
does help. The infected, he said.
The
That was that
Infected.
one.
Yeah.
I was just telling him that I went in and changed the config file here for Pax Day so that I could get rid of all that ground foliage. So it makes it 1,000 times easier to see the mushrooms and the rocks and the sticks and everything you need to pick off the ground, because there is no foliage. It's just kind of shaded green now instead of stuff flailing about.
Okay. How's it look?
Oh, it looks like crap, like you would imagine, right? Because
Alright.
all the stuff that would be pretty and kind of natural, that's all gone. But at this point, we played it for, you know, the better part of 2 weeks or so, or a week and a half, or whatever it is. And so we've seen all the pretty stuff. You know, that's kind of where I was looking at it. Like, I can always turn it back on too. You just go and change the config file back. But
And I guess
right
it
now,
helps a lot with lag and rendering and
I bet.
yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I mean, it didn't stop it from crashing earlier though. So,
No.
well, no, I mean, it's, you know, sometimes you go into a new zone and it just, everything just comes to a grinding halt and kicks you out of the game. And well, Huck, you said you think yours was internet related.
Well, to be honest,
you were-
I was going across the zone when it happened.
See, I think it's
So-
all the game.
Yeah.
So
I think it's RAM, to be honest with you.
RAM,
I
my
can't
end.
prove it. Yeah, I think it's RAM. I think what ends up happening is it tries to load up too many sprites for whatever zone you're going into, and it doesn't release the previous one, and so I think it just overloads your RAM and crashes the game. I think. Again, I got to put a monitor on it to see if that's actually the case, but it feels right because my computer's a beast.
And if it knocks your computer out of the game, then the rest of us don't really stand a chance. Then.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, if it's just that crap, I mean, it needs to release that memory so that the new zone can load in. If it has nowhere to go, then it just goes up. Okay, we're just going to throw this in the bit bucket and move on with our lives. Good luck. But yeah, because you were still perfect in YouTube and Discord. Everything you said was heard perfectly. The video watched you try to log in a few times perfectly. No lag, no nothing. So I think it was definitely PD all the way.
Because it kicked me out of Discord as well, as far as I was concerned, and wouldn't let me back in. So I didn't even realise I was still in. I thought I'd crashed from Discord.
Oh no, we heard you the whole time.
Very trippy.
Yeah, definitely.
I have mined some iron ore.
Nice. Always need that.
Yeah,
Lots of it.
I will put it in a chest outside, like I have a house.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
All you need is a space. It doesn't have to be a house.
yeah, I know. That's why. They said.
Like you take a look around you, and there's a lot of people that all they have is like a anvil, or a chopping block.
Mm.
So yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I have 49
So right when you think you have enough, triple it, and it's still not enough.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes so much.
Only triple?
Yeah, as I said, triple it, and it's still not nearly enough. Never, the best practice is never come home empty with empty slots in your inventory if at all possible.
Mm-hmm.
Just to minimize the amount of times you got to run out. But as soon as I say that, then I'm constantly coming home with empty slots. It's ridiculous.
As long as you're relatively full, that's my philosophy.
Yeah.
I like to have a little bit of space, just in case I find something cool on the way. There's nothing worse than going, I've got no space, I can't pick that up. So.
Or what do I throw away?
Yeah, what should I drop? What should I drop?
Yeah, because it will not be there when you go back.
No.
Anyone
Which is good and bad.
In stamina potions?
Stamina potions. I've still got 19 on me.
Well, what is it? Stamina potions?
But thanks, Steve. I'm good at the moment, though, bro. Thanks, though.
Put them in a box.
Drop them off.
That's one thing we have no shortage of is boxes upon boxes upon boxes.
Well, that's a crazy thing. It's the best thing to level up carpentry with, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. I made so many of those decorative boxes. It's just crazy. But yeah, I mean, you go through them like mad.
Because they're not big enough.
35 slots is nowhere near big enough. We need warehouses at this point already.
Can you do this? Warehouses or not?
No, not yet.
You can assign a big plot and you can build a lot of boxes on.
That'd be beautiful if you could just, if the stuff's inside your house proper, like you could designate this structure here is okay, and you could drop it on the floor of a room and that would fill up. I mean, it'd be an ugly mess, but no, it's still, if it's not in a box, it will self-destruct. I don't know that they'll ever fix that. I think they're going to, based on what they were talking about, the PvP role that they're trying to introduce. Right now it's just one zone, and you have to go there. Nobody can live there. You can't
Okay.
accidentally stumble upon it. When you get there, it says, "Oh, by the way, you can be killed and you will be looted." So, and it's 100% loot. So you're going to walk away with nothing but a diaper on.
What's it look like?
Um,
Is it just like a regular map, a regular area?
Yeah, the tier 3 zone that we were in today is
Okay.
a perfect representation. All that fog, you can barely see anything.
Bit
That's exactly
murky.
what it looked like. Very murky, very hard to see anything. Yeah. And I wish I'd have known that F7 trick, because I heard somebody talk about ghost mobs, and I wonder if that wasn't what I saw just down the street.
F7.
F7 is where you can float out of body, almost like a
Oh yeah, I remember.
like a hovercraft or whatever.
Yeah. I think what's his name? Vedic suggested it, and I pressed it, and it was good, but a Vertec, that's it. So, yeah, no. So you can basically have like a panoramic view. So
Yeah,
how does that
exactly.
affect the? How does that affect the game? What were you looking?
It doesn't. It doesn't. But what I was saying there is where I could have used that to go into that zone to see. You can go right up to them. Literally go right to the people's faces and see what they have, who they are,
Ah,
if they're real or if they're mobs or if they're Memorex.
all right.
It's brilliant. You got to give it a try. F7 and then just use your WASD keys, and you can go as high as you want. That's how I took the screenshots of the bridge and the
I
base.
was wondering how you did that.
It's way up there, right? So it's like drone footage. That's what I was looking for. Hovercraft, drone. And it always centers on you to begin with, but you can move it anywhere you want. How in the hell did I still have a beehive? Get out of here. Does anybody want these? Does anybody want to build beehives for honey? I mean, we need it. Well, Levi, you got them.
I only have one. I mean, I need to like 4 boxes.
How many does it take to build? Like 20 or 30 or 50 or something? Seemed like it was a lot.
It's
It's not a big deal. I mean, we got a box full of them, and I just keep throwing them away. So I'll stop doing that and just keep filling the box. Because if you need more, then I'll just run over to your place and just abscond some honey every once in a while. I'm not going to need it except for a little bit of cooking. Charcuterie skills, as it were.
Are we planning on going killing stuff at any point, or are we just going to stick
Levi
to...
and Vlad both said that they were going to be checking out here pretty soon, within the hour, and that was about 20 minutes ago.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll not stay longer. This is 3:30.
Gotcha. We can always do it tomorrow.
Let me see. But I will come back. I don't know what hour.
When you wake up, yeah?
Yeah.
Whenever you get moving again.
Anyway, I have to wait for someone to come and collect some parcels, so I don't know what hour, but I will see. Once I sort out that one, I'll be on.
Cool.
I'm struggling with the rocks.
Pick up more rocks and more rocks and more rocks.
And I'm going and building only one base plot, and that's it.
Yeah, you don't need much. I mean, you can make it whatever you want. When you got nothing else to do and you really don't feel like going out and picking more rock, that's when you start building your base. And you're like, right, I'm gonna do something that's not the same thing I've been doing for the last 30 hours straight.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Just gives you something else to do in the game.
I have 60. There's been 3 more blocks I can do.
It's something. It's at least a little bit.
Yeah.
It's definitely a start.
But I'm hoping when I'm coming back home to find, you know, the rocks to be respawned. So I'll have more around the house.
Yeah, you'll be lousy with rocks before you know it. You'll be tripping over them. You won't know what to do with them all. If you need chests, just let us know. We can build hundreds of them.
What chests?
Yeah.
I have 2 at this moment, so I'm okay.
Yeah, because
I have 2. I have 2 at every station, and then 2 on top of those 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
Pax says to put 2 of them to be available for the clan, so I have done that one.
and don't make too many of the small ones.
I have made only 2 and that's it.
We can make you bigger ones. You just don't want to clog yourself up with loads of small ones and then have to transfer it all across.
No.
Yeah, I've got 7 decorative chests just sitting here waiting to be taken, so help yourself. I put a screenshot in the Discord of where they are. Should be pretty easy to catch. They have 35 slots each. And there's no reason to build anything bigger because they all have the same amount of slots.
Same amount, yeah, I've heard.
The iron, the reinforced iron, it costs way too much to get the same number of spaces.
That's got to be an oversight. I can't imagine why the harder to build, higher level chest is going to be the same size. That's just crazy.
See, it seems like that's a lead-in for the PvP that we were talking about earlier.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, we were talking about that. What did you say their plans were?
If you take a look at the map, anything that's outside of the red line that surrounds your homeland, once you cross that red line, it'll become PvP.
Oh.
So as long as you have it turned on, that says, I want to do player versus player. As long as you have it turned on, when you go out there, like any place you go to mine or to find plants, typically. I mean, you might be able to find some of those around your house, but then again, you might not, and you might go into the tier 2 zones that we go into. And when you're out there and you're just minding away, minding your own business, if you have that PvP ticked on, somebody comes up behind you and just ganks you.
I don't really see the point of that.
I don't like the point of that. But, the claim that the devs made in their blog was that PvP and PvE can live together in harmony. I tend to disagree, but I think that's rage quit more people than anything else on the planet. To be honest.
I guess at least you have the choice. You go like, right, I'm never going to switch it on. I'm just going to play the game. Like this.
Yeah.
Alternatively, I guess we could go, right, there's a bunch of us, let's switch it on and go and find like-minded people. But then you'd probably just spend all the time wandering around the map looking for other people who've switched it on. And, well,
you'll know. Yeah, you'll know right away. Obviously, they'll have some kind of an icon over them, right, that tells you that they're player versus player. But instead of going all the way down to Lioness, because that was a 40-minute run, and a treacherous one at that, by the way, just to get there, and then to camp there with your best buds. I mean, I like you guys, and I would love to be hanging out with you for that long, but I got to think most of you would get bored on the way down there. Yeah, and then once you got there, you'd be like, this was not worth the jog. Bless you.
And worse you just get all the way down there after 40 minutes and die straight away.
Maybe. Quite possibly. Not only that, die and lose all your crap.
Yeah.
That would suck. So.
Wow.
I don't know.
Man.
I do like the fact that they've got it where you have to go to Lioness and you have to opt in to PvP.
Yeah.
Yes, well, perhaps.
This looks pretty cool, mate. Certainly making headway.
Yeah, it's still. a
I
lot
know,
of
you
things.
know, you've only been on for a couple of hours, bro. This is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I have moved the circle. I have take it off, and after that, I have put it back. Nothing happened.
All right. I guess there's a time period once you.
Because they're saying once you take off the plot, there is still time until the things are starting to decay, and after that, things will start to disappear. Yeah,
Days,
so
days it is, by the way.
yeah. So
Okay.
you have time to shift
It is
things.
a great location. You've got a beautiful view. You know,
Yeah,
good
that's why I
find, mate.
have picked it up because of the view.
I mean, that's why I picked this one. I got down by the water. I looked at the mountains.
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, you know, I could see myself standing here for hours on end, just looking out into the water and crafting. Sure. Not on top of a mountain. I would love that. There's some beautiful structures in the mountains.
Because if they do implement any kind of fishing or
Oh,
water-based
man,
sports, you are in the ideal
water
location.
polo. Yeah. I mean, but if they do shipping, they're screwed because our bridge is the dam. It goes all the way down to the ground.
Yeah.
And now the physics of the water don't care. It still flows right through it somehow. But whatever, it is what it is. It's cool nonetheless.
Okay, guys, I will step out. Okay.
All right, Vlad. Hey, it was good meeting you.
Good.
Realistically.
Nice to meet you too. So,
All right, bud.
Yeah, great one, Vlad. So I'm really glad you joined us, man. You know,
yeah. Same.
we'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
Okay. See you today.
Today, yes.
Today.
See you in a few hours.
Yes, mate. Okay. See you. Take care.
All
Bye.
right, mate.
Cool.
Bye. Bye.
All right, cool. I need to build up my new plot anyway, so. But I'm definitely up for a bit more fighting, harvesting, killing. I guess we could do a similar sort of thing. I'm assuming. So you're using leather at the moment, Matt. Is that your plan to just level up leather working?
No, I'm doing the same thing. I'm leveling up everything across the board.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So just like everybody else. I mean, so many things use so many things, and we're not always on at the same time. And you can't be like, okay, man, I need to wait for Huck to get on to get 3 leather cords. Yeah, you just can't do that. But you don't need to be 50 and everything. You just need to be,
High enough to do the
adequate.
basics.
Yeah,
The
what did we
extra
say?
component
maybe
bits, yeah.
20.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, obviously, if we go out next time, or when we go out next time, we'll just have to kind of split everything up at the end so that we get an equal portion of what we actually want. So we've all got a fair amount of skins or lockets, or if there's something you specifically want and you're going there for example, Levi, you going for mushrooms, yeah, we'll go there. I don't need mushrooms, so I don't want any of them. So just so at the end of every venture, we make sure that everyone's got an equal share. That's probably the best course of action.
Yeah. I mean, for ease of carrying it all back, you probably want to consolidate like we do most of the time as you're doing it, just because it's stacked better. But yeah, absolutely.
Because I'll always, same sort of thing, I'll always be going out looking for leather, especially the tier 2 stuff. So rather than just go, all right, it's whatever you pick up, I think at the end of it we'll just say, right, I've got this amount, all right, and then we'll drop whatever's, just so we got a roughly equal amount at the end of each sub. I think then we'll all be happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you need it, right? There's a lot of stuff that I don't care about right now, so I would just as soon drop that, like Topaz, the jewelry making stuff. I don't want to split any of that with anybody and have to carry it home and stick it in a box for no reason.
Oh no, just what you want. So let's say,
Yeah.
yeah. So all right, I want the tier 1 and tier 2 leather. I'm assuming you guys do as well. So we'll make
Yeah.
it equal. Same with lockets.
Yep.
Those worn lockets.
Yep.
Make sure we all get an equal amount of those worn lockets.
Yeah.
And then anything else that we all want, we'll make sure we've got equal amounts. And the rest, like you say, if you don't want it, just either drop it or someone else, if they want to bring it back, they can.
Right. When you guys really aren't that far from farming those lockets right now solo, right? You're really close. We're all doing enough damage and have enough hit points that the tier 1 zones, I guess if you want to call it that, the impure iron zones are the ones I look at most.
Tier 1 zones, yeah.
Yeah, those places, I mean, if you do it correctly, don't get me wrong, you can't just run into one of those places with 16 of the mobs like you found out with boars. Like you can handle probably 5 boars at the same time, I would guess, right now. Solo?
Me, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and as you see those, and I verified this today, the guys wearing the black capes with the weird insignias, they kind of look like Batman a little bit. Or Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Okay, so the guys that we were killing today, they're susceptible to piercing damage. So I'm doing 35 points a hit on each time I'm going at them, and sometimes as much as 70 with the, the burst, whatever the control click, whatever it is.
The power
so 65 to 70 power attack. There you go. Thank you. So I'm doing 65 to 70 hit points of damage for that, and taking a good 75% of their hit points. I don't want to take on 6 of them, but I'll go after 1 or 2 at a time. I mean, I did today, and that was again with the power attack, and then a couple more hits.
It's funny because they were dying much quicker than I think we were expecting them to.
Piercing, it was weird, but I mean, I'm carrying a steel spear, so it's a little overpowered for my range or my zone. Right, I'm playing a little outside my league. Oh God, no! I trade it.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah, cool.
That's why I'm farming hides, right? Going out after hides. So, the guy that I traded for, right? He's willing to make steel weapons and armor, and all he asks for in return is large animal hides. And so I go out and grab them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So I just dropped, I think 20 on him just a little while ago. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I think my job is a hell of a lot harder than his job because he's already got the skill. He just needs the materials. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Like he's got to stand in front of the thing for about what does it take to craft something? 30 seconds most of the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't take like 4 hours. So as long as you've got the steel components, making a steel breastplate or pauldrons or whatever is usually quite simple. And I got to go farm for 5 hours to go, because I mean they don't drop on every mob.
And you might die, and you have to go back. And it seems like yours is the risk.
Is a little bit
reward.
tough.
So.
Oh, huge. That's why I'm willing to do it. But I think I'm pretty quick here. I'm going to have to renegotiate. Like, hey, yeah, I think maybe I need to get some more out of it, but I did go over there a couple of times and have him do repairs and stuff, so that was cool.
Who's it with?
I don't want to ruin it. What's that?
Who's it with?
The person's name is Bubbles. I can't tell you if it's a man or a woman.
Bubbles,
It's hard to tell. Yeah, Bubbles the clown, right?
Yeah, cool. Memorable name.
Definitely a memorable name. But yeah, then we hooked up on Discord and exchanged a few chats and said, hey, you do this, I'll do that. He put up a public box for me, and I just run up there and drop it off.
Ideal.
It's all good, yeah. It's good to make friends in the game anyway. I mean, there's lots of stuff we're going to need, and hints and tricks and tips and all kinds of good stuff. So.
Well, yeah, it's an MMO. There's going to be thousands of players, so we don't have to be insular. We can have friendly neighbours. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Levi did that the first day. With the people around him that was just ideal. I mean, his girlfriend. I mean, and they seem to be super nice people too. You could end up with somebody that's a complete dick right next door, but so far everybody around us seems really cool. I had a guy run across the bridge. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and sorry for using this. I'm like, that's why it's here, bro. Use it as much as you want.
Yeah.
Right. The public chests are out front. Have at it. Everybody's super cool, and if you got something that you want to offer because you got a ton of it, bring it by. happy to stick it in a box.
Which is such a relief, isn't it? Because we've all played those noxious games, those toxic games, that's
Oh
what I mean,
yeah.
where everyone is a complete and utter twat, teabagging and bollocks, and not interested.
Yeah, I just don't want it. I want to be part of an online community, part of the economy, right? Build your storefront, or or maybe you don't have a storefront. Maybe you're not going to be an all-time crafter and selling your wares and goods, but maybe you're just making 300 or something, and you want to go collect a couple of gold or whatever, just get more stuff, I guess. But I can't wait. I mean, they're, whatever. They've got some potentially grandiose ideas for the economy. We'll see what happens, right?
I don't know. Have you read anything in particular? Any kind of plans they've got?
Yeah, it's all hearsay, right?
Oh, okay. There's nothing. They haven't actually put out a roadmap going, we're going to be doing this within a couple of months, and that's what you should expect.
Only in super vague terms. Yeah, they said obviously prepare for a wipe, probably a couple or three. The last one will be right before they go to final and go full release, which is they're assuming is no earlier than June of 2025.
Yeah.
So a year away. But outside of that, the blurbs that they put together for the economy, PvP, all that stuff is still pretty vague, which is normal, I think.
Which
you
is
don't
cool.
want to let the cat out of the bag.
Let's be honest, we don't want them to say we're going to do this, this, and this, and this, and then fail and go, all right, sorry guys, we can't do it. They might as well.
Or
keep
they
it
chase away
relative.
their community before they ever get a chance to implement anything, no matter how cool it becomes. You could say the wrong thing and piss a lot of people off.
Yeah. And if they say too much, then people go, no, we don't want that, change it to this, and keep it vague, and just let us know that something's happening.
Yeah, or I'm going to quit before they ever get a chance to implement it, just because they said it was something that I don't particularly enjoy. Like, we were talking just briefly about the PvP stuff, and if right outside of my zone is player versus player and I can't opt into it or opt out of it more appropriately, I will rage quit if somebody just ganks me, while I'm mining ore or picking garlic or something. Forget that. I'm not doing that. That was why I rage quit World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Or insert the name of any MMO here, right? That's the reason people leave, is because they did not want to be a part of that, and then they were forced into it for whatever reason. And it's like all that work that you just put in is just all down the drain.
I don't want to be in a full-on PvP environment by any stretch, but I quite like the idea of, I don't know if you saw the video that Vortec put up for Dark and Darker.
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay, just to briefly explain it, you will zone in from a safe area where you have storage, which looks like a medieval castle, into a medieval castle dungeony kind of environment. So there's nasties, there's whatever, I know, goblins or skeletons or whatever that will attack you. You walk around this dungeon area, the zone, it used to collapse in on you, like the zone would just become smaller and smaller, like a circle, but he was saying that the place actually collapses now. And you run around, kill as many mobs as you possibly can, grab as much loot as you possibly can, and other players will be in there, and you can PvP. You don't have to. You can just wave and go, hey guys, hey, how you doing? We're just collecting, we're just killing bad guys here, and then just zone out. And I like the idea of that. If they could do something like that where, right guys, do we want to go in? Yeah, okay, let's all be ready for PvP, or just collecting gear in a particular area, and we can all go in because we're all ready, and we just zone in, so we don't have to travel for miles.
That's exactly what I was saying. I mean, I don't want to run around the map for an hour just to get there, but when we're ready, or when we feel like we're ready and we want to go test ourselves, then we say, okay, right, everybody's going to get together at whatever UTC. We're going to meet up here, and then we're going to zone into the PvP area, turn it on. Don't anybody go in there with something you can afford to lose. But if we're already making steel breastplate and pauldrons and all that stuff, then so be it. You know, it's fine. We can make more. We can have it on standby. Yeah, that'd be okay.
Good night.
You're
Are
out
you
of
off
here?
then?
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
buddy.
Levi. Have a great night, bud.
We'll see you in a few hours, yeah?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. No, no, mate.
That feels like it. Sometimes
Yeah.
it absolutely feels like it.
I do want to test myself, but like I say, I'll probably just take the standard armor, the best of the that I've got, and just go. I won't care if I lose it, because I won't take any of my like spell crafted stuff that I've only got one and I can't get another. I can't
No,
replace it.
yeah.
I won't do any of that. But
Yeah. I mean, certainly not immediately, right? When you get to a point where that stuff becomes absolutely beneficial, you've got the key combinations down, your hotkeys are set to go, you know, then it's an asset instead of a liability. But yeah, absolutely. Why not? I mean, you know, that's the reason we run into some of those mob areas and we're like, hey, let's see if we can take it. Nope,
Yep.
we died 3 times. Okay, they're a little tough. We'll move on to the next one. I mean, granted, we didn't run the risk of losing all our gear, so that's at least one positive. But you know, it's okay that there's a risk of loss associated with it.
and to be honest, if
doesn't
I
have
am
to
going
be
to PvP, and I find that the only thing I'm getting is the option of dying or the option of taking someone else's loot and the buzz of doing it, I don't think that will last very long. I think I prefer the idea of going into a dangerous area where we're trying to get stuff, and the plan is to try and farm as much of the hard to get stuff with the fear of being taken out, but being on guard. You know,
Well,
right?
that's what Lioness. Yeah, that's what Lioness is, right? That's where the pure iron is, and lots of it.
Okay.
So you're running in there to get the steel capable ores that you need. So that's the big draw to it, right? Not just the collecting somebody else's gear, although that's a bonus, or it could be a bonus. But no, that's where you can run around. And if you take a look in that map, you'll see that it's got, you know, the pretty big areas. By the way, it's, you know, it's much smaller than any of the other maps, right? It's less than 1/3 of the size.
Okay.
And they tried to make it small enough so that it does, you know, you can get across it pretty quickly without too much effort. So if you're the only one in there, or the only few in there, you might be able to go in there, get, you know, get full of loot and get out of there without anybody ever noticing you were even there. But that's the allure. Sorry, that was a long way to say that's the allure.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating, because that's why I'd go. And
Yeah.
if there's a bit of PvP to make it a bit more dangerous and a bit more scary, so be it. And I'd
not
like
so
to
bad.
think that we can get our clan to a size whereby there's, say, maybe 10 of us on at any given moment, and we're
Yeah.
like, all right, there's 10 of us, let's go. Let's go and get as much as we possibly can. Not so much to PvP, but we're going there to protect ourselves. You know, we're going
Yeah.
en masse, grab as much crap, and if we do get into a fight, we can look after ourselves.
So be it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll either win or die trying, and
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So it's not too terrible, and you don't go in there like we do in some cases where you go in there and you're 90% full by the time you get to the real zone you wanted to get to, because you fought every animal on the way up there and you picked up every carcass, like I do. Like I got 3 fox carcasses. Like I don't need those.
No, yeah. I do
or
that as
rat.
well.
That's
I pick it up and go, what have
rat.
I got that for? It's crap. It takes up
Yeah.
so much space,
then-
and all it's going to do is make one fucking rough leather thing.
Or one meat chunk, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you get to the place where you get the iron ore or whatever it is you're mining, and your inventory's full, and you're constantly looking for crap to throw away. And it's like, when did I pick up that freaking mushroom? I don't
Yeah.
even know why I would need that. So, but no, anyway, so you go in there, not fully loaded, and then if your partner does die, since it's fully lootable, you should be able to loot your partner. I'd see no reason you couldn't.
No,
And
that's a
take
point,
their
yeah.
gear and hightail ass out of there, right? Head for the free zone or the safety zone. It should be doable. It's theory, by the way. I'm in conjecture. I don't know that it exists that way, but I would bet it does. Because if you can loot an enemy, why couldn't you loot your friend?
Absolutely. Well, yeah,
You know,
it'd
so
be
taking
weird that
steel,
that's the
whatever
only
it is.
restriction.
Yeah, it would be strange. I agree. So you know, and we'll see more of it. I mean, I ventured my toe into the water and got scared because I thought I saw, you know, bad guys waiting for me down the street. But now that I know, and since everybody's going to be pretty much gone anyway tonight, for me tonight, for you the morning, I guess, um, I'll go down there and I'll F7 through the entire area and see what I see from the player standpoint and see if those just aren't ghosts just standing there. You know, kind of get a look around, and then, you know,
Are
while we're
you
there,
gonna record
I'll
that?
take a video.
Yeah,
I will,
yeah, record it.
absolutely. I'll
Yeah,
take a
totally,
video
totally.
of it, and so we'll be able to see where the ores are, and then just map it all out. Let's go in there smarter instead of harder, right?
Yeah.
So, because, you know, we have a tendency to just kind of go, right, let's go kill shit. I do it all the time. I just run out. I'm bored. I'm gonna go see if I can come back with, you know.
I think we
more
try
help,
to
more
be
stuff.
smart about it, and we go in and yeah, we you know, we dabble around the edges and we get a bit further in. Like Levi was saying, no, we won't do any of these mobs here. Okay, so we follow him, and then
Yeah.
we just get aggro. Do you know what I mean? You start running away from the
Yeah.
aggro, and then you
Yeah.
just run into more aggro
Then you
because you
pick
can't
more.
look at your map. You just
Yeah.
hopefully you're following your buddy who is in front of you, and you're just trying to lose aggro. And so I think we try to be smart, but
Yeah.
until you know the area, it's impossible to know where they're going to be and where you can run safely.
But it's coming though, right? You know, with each time we run through one of those, you know, we get better at it. There's zero question about that.
Yeah,
So
oh, totally.
yeah. So I mean, if we get a video map of it, we map it all out. You know, Levi, I think, in my honest opinion, is pretty against PvP. The way it sounded, he just like didn't want to have any time of day. I think he did say, I would go down there with you if you really twisted my arm. But yeah, I really don't have much interest in player versus player. You guys
I'm
can do that.
assuming then he's probably on the same lines as I'll go there for the resources. If we don't get into
Probably,
PvP,
yeah.
I'll be happy. If we do, let's try our best to win. I'm assuming that's his take on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I don't think he's afraid of dying by any stretch, right? I mean, out of all of us, he's probably died more than any of us combined.
Because that's because he always does the pulling, doesn't he? He's like,
Exactly. I
he
mean,
gets all the
he's-
aggro.
He does get all the aggro, and you know, before we went with him, he did a lot of these areas, or at least check them out himself.
True enough. Yep.
You know, and I'm guessing more often than not, he probably got ganked at least a couple of times. Just it's the nature of the beast. It is what it is. But I'm doing the same thing, right? I'm trying to unload as much cargo as I can, and then I'm gonna head into an area and just see what's there. You know, and if I die, who cares? I'll respawn, and you know, maybe I'll have nothing with me, but I didn't bring anything with me to begin with, so it's cool.
Yep.
So
Because that's what it is.
yeah, I don't know.
I feel that the fact that I started a bit later and I've been working a few hours, so I've got to basically try and catch up, but more in the sense of getting my crafting and my station. I haven't had as much time to explore as you guys, which is kind of cool, because then when you go, you're like, oh, we're going this way. I'm like, all right, I'll just tag along, and you know, I've never been here before. I'll just go wherever you guys suggest, and I'm totally cool with that.
Oh yeah, I mean sometimes that's fun, you know. But I was going to say though, real quick, when you said that you're not as far along, I mean, just in the aspect of searching the map and seeing it with your own two eyes, though, right? Because you're doing really well on building up your expertise in all the different areas of skills. So you're not.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
there.
farther ahead than a lot of people. So there's nothing wrong with that, and we need that because we got to get, you know, better armor, and the only way we're going to get there is if you keep doing that. You know.
It's not going to be
So-
easy though. This bloody steel thing is going to bring me to a halt really quickly.
I get it.
What was I looking at? I was like, well, that's ridiculous. Let's have a look over here. My armor's bench. There's some bizarre things that need like iron, steel nails. Like, How the fuck am I...
Iron steel, is that a
No,
thing?
sorry, steel. There's an art. It's like a standard item. Like, okay, the Viking steel shield. That's fine. What's before
Okay.
it? I'm not gonna be able to find it now, am I?
No, probably not.
No, probably not.
That's what happens to me. I'm like, I'll get it later. Yeah, I'll check later.
There was definitely something that I couldn't make that seemed to be important for a bunch of things because it needed one steel component part. And I'm
Already.
like, yeah, way too
Which-
early.
Yeah, it seems a bit early. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's going to be easier when I move to the new base because I'll be able to just run straight in, grab loads of wrought iron, run back, run in, run back, run in, run back. Similar
Now,
to
what
what
are
I...
you thinking? What are you thinking about doing there? Are you going to destroy your old base, or are you going to buy another plot?
I've got 3 plots now.
Oh,
So
good.
I'm going to basically...
3.
Yeah, I just upgraded today. Yeah, today.
The middle tier, or the master tier, or whatever.
I don't know. It's weird. I thought I bought...
How much did you pay?
30 quid. I don't know what that means. It was...
That was the first one. Yeah.
So I thought I was buying the full master founder thing rather than the journeyman, and the journeyman said 1 and the master said 2, and I just assumed that would include both of them, so I'd end up with 4 plots in total, but I only got an additional 2. Now I'm hoping I didn't get shafted because I didn't buy it all in one go like you did, because that'd be really fucking
no, you
annoying.
don't. You don't. And the reason I know is because I bought it for Levi. So, but there's 3 tiers, right? And I thought it was, and I could be wrong, I thought it was 1 plot, 2 plots, and 4 plots.
Okay.
And so the first one, so but I know buying the first one at 1 plot and then upgrading to the master, which is the top tier, doesn't give you an additional 4, it gives you up to 4. So now you have a total of 4. So in your instance, it should be you either have 1 plot, 2 plots, or 4 plots. I thought. I could very well be wrong, so it just confuses my brain. But Levi went from the base one, which was 1 plot, and then I gifted him the master, which gave him an additional 3. And I think that the middle tier, I think, is called Artisan, but I could be just making that up in my head.
Okay.
Like Journeyman, Artisan, Master, I think. So if you did the upgrade to the DLC, you should have seen 2 possible DLC upgrades. One was cheaper than the other.
Yeah.
And if you opted for the more expensive one, then you should be at 4 total plots. But you can see it if you go to the construction menu, how many plots you have available.
I have 1 unclaimed plot left, and I've got 2.
And how many? So you do have 3. So maybe
Yeah.
it's 1, 3, and 4. That's weird.
Maybe I have to... It's weird because I just assumed that I'd have to buy the journeyman as well, and that would give me the additional 1. But it says in my Steam page that I have both DLCs purchased.
It's just going to take a look in there and see. Where is that store? Pax Dei upgrade to Master Founders Pack, $42 US. I would be interested to find out if he got more than 3 more, because then I'd be pissed, and I would have said, well, shit, I should have bought the middle one and then the master one, just the upgrade, because then would give me 5.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that. That'd be stupid anyway.
At the moment, but maybe in a couple of weeks, yeah?
Well, see, that's the thing now. It's like when you do that, you got to remember that they're going to charge per plot per month.
Is that a definite, or is that speculation as well, though?
No, they said it's going to be that way. They have not said what it's going to be, but they have said that that's the way it's going to be. So there will be a free-to-play component where you don't have to own anything. You can just play the game. But then you're going to have to join a clan and belong to somebody else's base. And they're going to have to buy the plots and maintain them. So there's going to be a monetary point there as well. So it's never going to be truly free, right? You can come in and you can like kill stuff, but you can't build anything. You can't craft anything. You're gonna have to beg for it.
You won't be able
Or-
to craft in there.
Only
Um,
if you're in a clan.
Okay, so if you're in a clan, you'll be able to craft on their premises
Oh, sure, and
and
you'd have
store
storage,
stuff.
right?
And yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you don't own any land. But do you care if you own land? Maybe not. Maybe not. As long as the clan is somewhat centrally located to all the
I would.
resources,
I'd
what do
need
you
my
care?
own. Yeah, no, I would. I'd need my own.
Oh, if you want to, yeah. So if you want to build your own house, then sure, that would make some sense. But
Yeah.
but I think for a lot of players that don't need to make their mark on the world for whatever reason, that's not me. But because I've always tried to get this. So in the MMOs that I played earlier, that didn't have it, or they teased a little closeness to it, I was always pissed because it never really met the mark. This perfectly did. The one thing I don't like is that they don't give you the option to buy more,
Yeah.
which I think is stupid. Financially, I don't know why they wouldn't. Might just say, you want another plot? Here's how much it's going to cost. Should be easy. And maybe they will. I don't really know. I guess there has to be some limit to it. Otherwise, there's tons of people out there that have more money than brains.
Yeah.
And
There
they
has to
would
be a
just say,
limit
"I'll
because
buy the whole
there's
server."
people with enough money to buy the whole server just because they can, or
And it's
have 50 plots and just take over, But obviously, from the company's perspective, they're still making money. But from the player perspective, if you got one guy with 50 plots and they just own loads, and then people like me who can't afford it, people like us, should I say, who can't afford it or won't pay that much,
Won't,
this is
yeah.
ridiculous. I don't want
Right.
to be in a server where 10 people own half the server. That would be just ridiculous.
It would suck, yeah. I mean, it's kind of that way with the clans now because the clans own so much. And there's tons of videos with people saying, it's already happened. Clans own all the resources. As a solo player, you're screwed. Don't even bother buying the game. And it's really hurt sales. So, there's tons of posts on Reddit.
But to be honest, I don't get how, if we're one clan and everyone else on this server is another clan, how they, it's only whether people are on. It doesn't matter whether, they don't own the plots. It's just the amount of people on and what time they've got to play. You know what I mean?
No, you lost me there. I was confused about.
Okay, so how does a large clan have any more access to the resources than we do?
Just because, like, if we get 50 people farming the resources, then it's going to be fairly difficult at best for anybody else to come in and do anything.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So, yeah, if two of us are just doing iron and two of us are doing wood and two of us are doing flax and two of us are specialised in just clearing the map and one guy just needs a little bit of each one, I can see that being an issue.
Right.
But most of the time I go around, most of the time when I go around, I find what I'm looking for.
Right. Yeah, I mean, me too. Sometimes it gets a little frustrating because people are really bombing it, and like I said earlier, I think that's when you were having computer problems. I was telling Levi just south of his place where I would farm tons of flax and I'm sorry, I'm talking to some people that are standing here. Hold on 1 second. Where I was farming tons of flax and cotton, and now they've built a crap ton of houses in there, and it's just they built right on top of the resources. And
that's
so
dumb.
that's the biggest thing, right? Is they're like, okay, well, we're going to take the resources we want to take and screw the rest of you. And that's what they did. They ended up kind of killing that whole spot for me. So I ran north of your place there and found a brand new spot to go where that wasn't happening yet, at least not right now, not today. So
Where my first plot is, there's tons of flax.
yeah,
But that's essentially, I'm putting the second one up, so I can just run into tier 2 really quickly, grab as much iron. If there isn't any around because someone else has beaten me to it, I'll just grab wood because it'll be, you know, base wood and tier 2 wood, and whatever other resources I can find. But I don't have to run at the moment. I have to run halfway across the zone just to get to it. So,
Right.
and that, yeah, to be honest, that was my plan. This first one was just learning how to build a base close to easy to get resources, and the second one was going to be a better base, hopefully near
Right.
better resources. So,
Absolutely. Oh, let's see.
so I meant to ask: are you still planning on doing that demon outfit? The mesmerizing, the demon Talbot, I think it's called Talbot.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
see why not.
is there anything you need for it, or have you got the?
I'm not 100% sure yet. I haven't really even looked into it yet, and I'm sure I can make it already. I was just going to whip up some stuff for this this cat that's in here. Brand new people just coming by and saying, "Hey, can you make us some stuff?" I'm sure I can probably make something. Some chainmail stuff, anyway.
Are they in a clan or?
They're not. So, recruiting is always fun too.
I guess we should be relatively careful of anyone that we bring in. Just random people. Purely
Oh yeah, you never know.
you never
Yeah.
know. You know, at least
Absolute.
join us in
Listen,
Discord. You know, be part
I
of our
thought the
community is
same.
one thing, but random
Right.
people walking around, it's hard to know how they might react. I saw one post in their Discord where someone had joined the clan and had literally taken down, just destroyed their buildings. Just gone around and just.
Remember when I was telling you earlier about making some of the chests private? Because I was like, okay, these new guys that are coming in, and like I was going to ask you, what happened to Vortec?
That's for what? Oh, no, I've no idea if he's coming back or not. I've seen him online playing his driving games, and I think that's the one. That's what he streams or records.
Okay.
So as for how much time he wants to spend playing this, I've no idea. Yeah, all I'm doing is guessing that it must be some because he's bought the game.
Right. But he's no longer in the party.
Oh no, we did that.
You kicked him out of the party because
Yeah,
too many people?
Yeah, we found the camp. It's 6.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So when
That's why I was going to ask. What happened?
yeah, when Vlad came in, or to get Vlad in the party, we need to remove at least one. So I suggest just kicking out because Joe's gone as well. He basically Vlad, not Vlad, Levi just kicked those two out because they weren't active. So,
Yeah. I didn't realize that cap existed. So.
is there much clay near you?
There's quite a bit, across the river.
Cool. We need a bunch of clay for walls. It's weird coming through down the stairs here because the guys are still active. Do you know what I mean? It's not like this is finished. They're still building it up and developing it. And okay, the stairwell is the same. That hasn't changed. But the building at the top is, is definitely being worked on. Joe said he'll never be back. That's it. I never want to play again.
That's what Joe said.
Yeah,
He's
no.
done.
Hi, Randy. Sorry, mate. I was just busy chatting away. Place the third plots down, and I think your fourth will show up. Ah, there you go. Mine looked the same way until I placed my phone. Randy, thank you very much, man. So yeah, Randy reckons that I'll get my third once I put the. Oh, what's happening here? He's definitely changed that. Okay. So that's good news. And Joe will be back on Tuesday by the latest. I think I can see him twitching. He needs his fix. We miss you, Joe. Just know that.
Well, do we? No, I'm kidding. Of course we do.
Yeah, of course we do. So let's have a look at that then. Okay. You have one claim, so there, recently built. All right. Hopefully, because an additional plot is a major part of the game, and that was my. I was planning on having 4 from the get-go. I thought, I'd just buy it in installments. I could have just done what you did and got it all in one go, but I thought, no,
Yeah, no, you definitely want to. You definitely want to see what's going on first. I think.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
I like the idea of having one near tier 2 as an outpost and a permanent fixture. And then I'll probably get rid of that first one when I don't need to be up there any longer. And having 3 plots I can dump down somewhere. What have they done here?
You're going to try and spread them out, or you're going to put the other ones together?
Well, ideally, on the clan base. Even if I build on the other side of the river. But
Yeah, why not? Why not? You can build your own little house over there. I shouldn't say little. I mean, you can build a monstrosity. 7 stories is the physical limitation, by the way.
Oh, it's definitely 7. Okay.
7 stories. Think about that. That's ridiculous. But the amount of stuff that goes into the base for 7 stories is absolutely asinine, as you can imagine. And I think you said, I don't remember what you said, dome, I think possibly? Would you call it a dome? Or something to that effect, where a pyramid kind of structure? Like you have to have a big base and it gets skinnier as it goes up? Was that you that was talking about that?
No, I don't think so. When I was talking about a dome, that was just the area zone of control that you could.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the physical makeup of it, and I thought
Sorry, just to interrupt quickly, which side of the river is the mud on? Your side or the other side? This
The
side?
opposite side. Yeah. And so you want to head from our bridge. There's only a couple, like 3 spawns on the left as you're looking away from us. The very short side of that peninsula over there. And then as you go towards the other direction, over where WeGraph is and back towards Levi's house up there, there's probably 10, 12 more.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah,
That's where I get most of the clay for this place.
Oh no, it looks like it's been taken.
There's 2 newbies over there running around, so I mean they could be collecting some too.
Yeah, I think they have.
Getting.
Oh well. Yeah, so I could just, because to me the outpost would be designed to be close to resources for convenience, and then the clan base will be where we put all the top tier equipment.
Yeah,
So,
and maybe people with multiple plots can quote unquote donate, part of their plot or one of their plots to the clan base. But I mean, how big do we want to make the freaking thing? Too?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's such a ball ache. I mean, it's just maintenance on it is a nightmare. You know, Joe and I are the only ones that have spent any time on this, on the base itself, and it's just so much. You know, like these guys were asking, "Hey, can you make some armor?" And I'm like, "Not really. I mean, you know, what's my armor skill? My armoring skill
I feel no
is
urge
12.
in
It's 12.
making requested gear for random people. No interest whatsoever. If I've
Okay.
made it to level up and it's in a chest, they can have it. But I'm not going to go, yeah, just that, mate. I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I'm going to go over, spend time getting, you know, just because you asked. No, I'm not that guy. But I would do it for a clan member, absolutely. You know, like
Oh, see,
earlier.
I'm just, I would say not just the opposite, because I'm certainly not that of a clan member. They ask, I drop everything. That's fine. But yeah, for a neighbor coming up, if it's something that I can gain some skill on, or doesn't have like 8 materials that are going to take, you know, forever to conjure up,
Yeah,
I don't
that
have a
kind of
problem
thing.
whipping it out. That's, who cares? You know, you say I need, in the interest of time, you say I need a fancy spear, or a fine spear rather, that takes 2 materials. Okay, here, boom, there, it's done.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
And walk away with it. Do I need anything for it? No, it's green for me. I don't get anything for it. You know, come by and bring me some rock or something. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But nothing that's nothing. Don't go out and get me, you know, steel ingots or something.
I guess
So
I
I've got
would
zero
never
problem.
go up to a random stranger and go, "Can you make or give me something?" Just because I'm asking. I'd rather be in our situation where we've got it and someone comes up to me, but I've never done that in games, and I have
See, I
had
just did it.
loads of people come up to me in MMOs and go, "Can you give me gold?" And I'm like, "No, not
Yeah,
really." You know.
yeah. Now this guy, I walked up his staircase, and you know, I stopped being shy about walking through other people's areas. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just checking it out, looking for inspiration. He's like, oh yeah, check this out over here. You know, run over here. And then he's like, do you need anything? And I'm like, okay, I don't know. What do you have? He said, here's a steel pickaxe. Here's a steel axe. You know, here's a steel spear. A couple of them actually. And I'm like, cool. I said, you need anything in return? And that's when he mentioned, you know, yeah, you can get me some animal hides. I said, you got it. I said, you build me a box, I'll fill it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy to do so.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
To
know,
me,
and
that's fine.
especially,
Doing
yeah,
doing
it works,
trade
right?
and bartering, absolutely. But
Yeah,
just
without
going
question.
up to asking a random stranger to give me stuff,
Oh, just as a
I wouldn't
handout?
do it. I wouldn't do it myself. And I've done it in the past for other people and thought, do you know what? Am I that guy that just does stuff for random strangers just because they asked me for it? And I don't know if I am.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
definitely
I
wouldn't
will.
stop
I
what
mean,
I'm doing. I wouldn't stop. No, you know, I'm harvesting. No, mate, I'm harvesting at the
yeah.
moment. But
Yeah, no, I agree there. But I was just, you know, you and I were shooting the breeze, and I'm literally just walking around, like emptying my bag, and you know, kind of looking at like, oh my God, I got 7,000 things to do next, and which one takes precedence, kind of a deal. And these guys just happened to be standing there, and so we started chatting a little bit. And I said, hey, do you need anything? And they're like, yeah, you know, whatever you got, whatever you got's better than nothing. I said, sure. You know, hold on a second. And I whipped up steel boots and steel something else. I can't remember what it was. Not steel, sorry, chainmail.
yeah, sure enough.
Here you go. It takes 10 seconds. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
it's done. You know, not a big deal. I've got the steel wire just laying there. And, you know, I get a couple XP for it in Goodwill. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. So, but like you said, I wouldn't, you know, if I was out wandering around the countryside, or I was here actually doing some crafting and working on my skill boosting, and they came up and said, hey, can you give us some free stuff? It's out in the public box in front. Help yourself. If it's not there, I don't have it for you. You know, that's my take on it. Like, I'm not just gonna drop everything that I'm doing and just make you something. No. But yeah, I mean, Bubbles was like, hey, look, if you want anything, hold on, give me a few seconds. And I'm like, sure, I got time. I just ran here for 40 minutes. So cool, whatever. Stood around, and he ran around, or she ran around. I don't know if it's a boy or girl. But they ran around and grabbed a few materials, and they just boom, 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 boom. Here you go. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah, that's
cool.
cool.
Why not?
Bit of
Yeah.
bartering. I prefer bartering. Even in real life, you see, I don't like to owe people favours, and I don't like people owe me
Yeah,
favours.
I
I like to have an equalness in relationships, so
Yeah.
everyone feels, you know, no one feels like they're being put on. And I just
Does that
think
mean
that's-
taking advantage of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Joe reckons that setting up an outpost near a res site is a good idea. So you can
What would be
unstuck back to it and use it as fast travel. Which, yes,
Yeah.
we need you back in the game, mate. So what does your friend think of the game? Some guy came on earlier and goes, this looks boring. And all I was doing was making cotton thread or something. Whatever
Art
thread.
is boring.
And
Yeah.
I'd literally just set it up. And I sat back and I had a swig of my coffee. I can't remember. I think Levi might have been on, but nothing was. We had been chatting, but we weren't chatting much at the time. And they go, "Oh, this game looks really boring."
Right. Well,
And I'm like,
could be viewed that way.
if you're not a crafter, this game would be pointless. If you don't like crafting, don't play this game. That's this. But if you do like crafting, this is one of the better games to play because there's lots of fucking crafting to do.
Without question.
So yeah, but
That's where this kicks Bellwright's ass,
yeah,
in my opinion,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're actually doing these things, not clicking little white dots, right?
Yeah.
Not clicking 20,000 little white dots. That just was that's not immersion, right?
The first time I
Not
did
me.
it, well, the first time I put my village hall up, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then the 10th time I did it, I go, oh my god, come here, just come here and make this. Oh, you get over it, because
Yeah,
I literally
exactly.
I never wanted to click another button again or a white dot.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah. I mean, doing the bell tower. Okay, that's a few minutes. It's really not that bad. You got NPCs in there helping you, even though you didn't you didn't ask them to, but they're obligated, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this is. Hey, look, if you want a specific breastplate, that's okay. You just run over here, grab the materials, craft it up, right? Figure it out.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's like, oh, I'm just going to click on this little zone here. I'm going to put a blueprint down, and a few minutes later, somebody's going to come along and bloop, there it is. We'll see how that flies. So, look at me. I'm making fatty boar sausage and wolf sausage.
What level's that?
Okay. It's got 2 diamonds.
Okay.
So it's not great, a bit stringy, but very tasty sausage, it says. Health regen of only 0.3, max health plus 26, max stamina plus 26.
0.3's, yeah, no, that's good, I'd say.
I mean, it's not terrible.
No, I would definitely eat it. I would pick, because at the moment I think we're doing 1 and 2. I think Levi's got a couple of, he's got a really good stamina. I can't remember what it is, but it was definitely a pretty good stamina.
The fatty boar stew, yeah, it's got a max stamina plus 53. That's pretty good. So max health of only 18, but max stamina of 53, and then the homely stew and the basic stew. That's the trifecta that I use. So plus 13 health, plus 15 health, plus 18 health, plus 38 stam, plus 42 stam, plus 53 stam. So that's the trifecta that I'm using right now. But then it also means that I can't do any cold or poison or fire protection, for any of those other ones. There's a bit of a trade-off there.
I think, I guess we're going to have to just learn the mobs and then go, right,
oh, yeah.
we're going to go somewhere, they're going to be casting this, we need to have fire or cold or whatever, but generic, I would just have, I'd rather have the maximum. Just give me maximum health, maximum regen.
That's definitely what these people have been talking about on the videos I've been watching is, if you're going to go farm this, you need to know that these guys have fire damage, piercing damage, blunt damage, and they're susceptible to slash and blunt. And so you choose your weapons, you choose your potions, you choose your spells before you go in there and farm, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Because nobody is going to walk around with all the stuff that you need all the time to go through every one of these dungeons. It's just not possible.
No.
You don't have enough room, and you'd never pick anything up anyway if you did that. So, yeah, it's just I don't know. We're learning as we go. I got zero problems with that. I do want to know what some of these plants do, which will come with time. But
So your buddy's going to potentially get it in about a year then, Joe? That'd be cool.
bless you. Joe's buddy's what's he gonna do?
Interested, but has to finish her degree before she can devote. So probably be about before a year before she can
Oh.
play.
Gotcha.
So right, carpenters. How much space do you need? Let me put you there.
Alexa, turn on upstairs lights. What are you doing? Get out from there. It's driving me batshit. Get out of there.
How do I?
It is. She's killing me.
Oh, cool. Who's killing you?
The dog is killing me.
Pegs.
You heard me talking about the dog?
Yeah, you said something about get out of there. Blah blah blah.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah.
I muted it. I muted the phone and everything. What the hell? Apparently
That's
that's
funny.
not working. That is. No, the dog was. She goes underneath. You know where your legs go up, the footrest.
Uh-huh.
So. Oh, hey, Saragon. Hey, I'm in Huckster's Discord as Saragon Ronin. I can't get anyone to respond, but we'll be building close by and come check you guys out in his next stream. So,
Oh wait.
are we going to invite Saragon to the clan?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. He's in the chat all the time. How do we best go about this?
Which part, sir?
How do we find out what his actual what his name in game is, so we can invite him?
He's standing right next to me. It's
Oh, yeah.
Saragon. Seregon.
Yeah, yeah, brilliant. Yeah, invite him. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's
Yeah,
excellent.
I just asked him. I said, "So you're interested in joining this clan then?" He said, "Yeah, if it's cool." Oh, buddy, hold on. Let me examine you. Let's see. Invite to clan. There you go. All right, Saragon was invited to join the clan. I think that's the dumbest thing. Is that's the only way to invite somebody? You have to use that stupid menu.
So if there's a slash invite to the party, I'm wondering if there's just another, like a slash clan invite method. So you just have to put,
Yeah, you know how I was telling you earlier, like I was trying all the different commands that are normal to MMOs, slash question mark, slash clan question mark, whatever, and nothing seemed to do anything, and their help menu sucked. But yeah, I just got to check it out and see. There you go. Saragon has joined the clan.
right, so I don't know if he can probably see, he probably can't see clan chat yet.
Yeah, I just told him. I said turn on clan chat if it's not
Oh,
on by
okay,
default.
cool,
I
cool.
think it is on by default though. So he'll skip over to that. It's not completely intuitive, is it?
No. For example, chests. I think it probably would be easier to have them as clan and change them to private rather than the other way around. Like tailoring, where do I want all this? Do I want tailoring and everything over here? I want tailoring over there. And put it over here for now. Leatherworking, right, I definitely want leatherworking. What was that? I guess both of them over here.
Okay, so Saragon's gonna need some stuff. Do you want to talk to him? Now that he's in the clan chat?
I do. I'm looking at I'm trying to type in Discord. I just welcomed him there. He doesn't seem to be
cool.
in actual I'm streaming at the moment, so he's not in the chat. Let me just there we go, cool. I'm trying to dump out all this crap while I'm let me just get rid of it all and then I can focus a little bit better.
You want to do you want to give him the breastplate and some other stuff in here?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I mean really there's not too much in here at the moment. Kind of low on resources.
Where's that shelf? Thanks.
See what else we can get him set up with here. Give him at least a coarse cloth tunic.
Because I think that's another reason why I want to have a plot there. So I've got something that I can basically help build up and add to, and if we have all our higher level equipment like that forge and other things, this, as I say, will just be an outpost. So I'll be spending a lot more time there. So when people randomly walk past, because I'm off on the beaten track, no one's going to walk past me here. Not intentionally, it's just that's how it's worked out. But
Right.
so that if you're not on, or so, we're all more likely to be around the clan area. So people go, oh yeah, we found it, and then we can just kit them out with some basic gear and get them on their way.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, and they can get out and about. They can build their area, hopefully near a zone where we need it. And yeah, it's beautiful. Buttered chainmail gloves. We're gonna get you some green tights, brother. You're gonna have some green tights. Everybody's got to look like an elf for their first day or two.
What are they?
I think that's fair. Leg warmers. It's just a little bit of protection for their legs. I don't have any of the chainmail buttress or whatever they're called, butted chainmails.
Oh, why not?
I don't have any laying around. I don't know of any. Do you?
Oh, I'm sure I
the
left
base
some
there?
for you.
Well, I mean, I have the ones you gave me, but I don't know that there's any extra in a box anywhere
Oh,
that
I
I've
see what you
seen.
mean.
I've
Buttered
been looking
chainmail.
around.
So what are those green
Yeah,
tights? Are they, you got the buttered chainmail and they go on the outside? They're
they do.
like,
Yeah, they go over,
oh,
so that
okay.
it stacks. Um, but I'm looking around now to see if there's anything else I can give him to get him going, keep him healthy. We don't have any weapons made. I should talk to the weaponsmith. Oh wait, that's me.
Well, that's that for you.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I'm way far behind on that. My armory skill is higher than my weapon skill. So right now my armor smithing is at 12 and my weapon is only 11 and just started to be 11. So I'm at 12. I'm gonna be 13 probably before the end of the day. Oh, wait a minute. I can give him a mace.
Yeah, because Levi had a bunch of maces.
Oh, I got
Sorry.
crap ones.
That's better than whatever he can start with.
He's got a stick with a rock on it. I got at least a decent mace that will help him kill stuff right now. All right, he'll dig that. And then don't I have pickaxes laying around someplace? I only made like 14 jillion of them. I'm sure I do. I would not mind getting this to the point where it's like, right, Matt, you're the weapons master. What do you got for him? And I say, oh yeah, I got, these things here, bang, 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 and it's ready to go. As opposed to, well, crap, look around, good luck.
Well, to be honest, that's where we are at the moment. We're still doing
Yeah, I
stuff,
know. Yeah.
so we'll give people better gear than we all started with. Well, I had pretty good gear. I
Obviously.
had the base chainmail,
Yeah.
whereas you started with nothing, didn't you? You just walked around and literally had a
With a
stick.
stick. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I can give him my bow for now and then just make another. I can make a basic bow pretty fast. As soon as I say that, then I'm like, where the hell is it? There it is.
welcome back, True. Right. I feel a tiny bit better organised now.
Wish I did. Let's see. He said he was gonna come by and drop off mats, but I'm not sure what he would have. Maybe read? I mean, what's gonna have on him? He didn't have any shoes. Oh shit! We're gonna make him some shoes.
I guess the easiest thing is it's just chainmail. Chainmail's relatively easy at this stage, isn't it? Just having someone like that. My feeling is if we can give them something that covers their body, so when they're running away from boars or wolves or bears, if they get hit, they might survive rather than being taken out straight away. So, and I don't know about you, but I'm just about to start making um, the wrought iron pickaxe and the wrought iron chopping axe just to level up my weapon skills.
Yep.
And I think Levi's been doing the same. So he seemed to have a bunch spare, which I think, personally, now that I know the game, that would be the best thing I could get at the beginning of the game. Those two things, so I can just go off and harvest loads of stuff. That would be really useful.
Yeah, it makes sense. He's not going to want the chainmail hauberk because he's got a breastplate on. So that would be a waste of his time. But he does need shoes. Where's the shoes? There. Oh, we need more wire. Okay. We got plenty of wire. Yeah, see, I like to be able to just knock this stuff out and go, here you go.
Yeah.
And if I pick up a couple XP for it too, not bad. Yeah, the wrought iron stuff. My God, I'm so sick of hitting pull my spear out. It's killing me. Oh, he looks like one of the merry little elves. Let me tell you. Right now.
That's classic.
Yeah, he's got kind of a brown tunic on with green legs and some gloves. And oh, he's hilarious, dude. I need to take a selfie.
I think you should. I think that's just this. You know, we should have pictures of ourselves at the beginning and at, you know, as going on, just as we improve. But if he looks like an elf, I think it's a must-have.
I mean, it's not perfect, but you know, you can at least see it. Discord. Pax Dei.
Right, I need a place to put these.
There you go. A little bit in the Discord chat.
Yes, perfect. Excellent. Right, I'm just trying to get all these boxes up so I can unload all my crap, but well, what have I actually got on me? I'll take all that. Yeah, okay, made it. So that can go in here. There.
Horse linen string? Seems like that's like really easy. Okay, let's make some of that. First thing is great.
Horse linen string.
It's the first thing on the list. This bow needs it, so I'm like, okay, tell me what else I need. Porcelain string, got it. Sinew, got that. Crazy with that stuff. Stop and I need. There's leather bands. Do you always find yourself just grabbing 50 instead of like the 3 or 4 that it says it needs?
I always do that.
Right?
And then I have to put everything
then
back
you end up with all
afterwards.
this random shit.
I thought that's the way you're supposed to do it. I thought that was the normal behaviour.
I know you can split it. And I know I can do it.
I find because I can't remember how many I actually need. So I think if I take the whole lot, then I've definitely got enough.
So I'm not the only one, thank God, because that's exactly what happens to me. I walk away from the bench, and usually it's because I'm talking, right? And so my brain works like a goldfish, right? So by the time I get around to the other side of the tank, I'm like, oh, it's a whole new world. I forget why I walked into the room, that sort of thing. So it's absolutely crazy. There you go. Yeah. And now I can have all this random extra shit on me that I have to now figure out where to put. I mean, I know where it goes, but it's all over the place, unfortunately.
I guess the thing is, you're obviously doing this spontaneously.
Yeah.
But when you're actually doing it on purpose, you know, like, right, I'm going to go make this particular item, it's a lot easier, isn't it? Because I still will take tons, but then I'll only have 4 or 5 or 6 different components. I won't have a load of crap unexpectedly on me.
Hopefully. I mean, yeah, it depends on what you're leveling up, but, you know, with some of the new stuff that I'm picking up now, it's got 5 materials. You know, sometimes more. And, you know, to go away and figure out, oh, this one needed 3 of that, 20 of that, 100 of that, or whatever the case may be, what I've been resorting to is just taking a picture of it with my phone. And then I've got the screenshot right there next to me. I've got the menu already, you know. But by the time I walk away from the bench, I like, something will happen, somebody will say something, somebody will ask a question or whatever, and anything, the squirrel will run by, and I'll be like, oh, I completely forgot what I was doing. I have no idea what materials. And the biggest thing that I don't like is when you go back into those menus, it starts over from just the top of the list.
Why can't you save it? I just want to save it on the last thing I'm checking on. Click
Why
save.
can't you just like open just that one? Like, you know what I mean? Like click on each one and it brings you up a bigger screen of the raw materials, maybe what the item looks like or whatever. And then when you go back in there, it's just what it's on. And then you escape back, right? That wouldn't be hard, I wouldn't think. Instead of, wait, what was it called?
What was it called? And I normally go by icons anyway, because a lot of the names are way too similar. You know, it's, I can't remember if it was a pointy stick or a, and because they're all red, or you know, some are white, so I know I can do it because I've got the ingredients, but I just want the one that I'm looking for. And I have made the wrong thing a couple of times, which obviously cheered me up no end, because it was white. And I'm like, no, fuck, that was the wrong one. I've set it up on mass production. So yeah, I just want to save it. I'm making this. I want to save it so I can come back to it any time.
Right. Yeah, I just want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's like with Vortec the other day. I was spam crafting spears and axes and pickaxes and all this other stuff. And, you know, as you're going through 200, 300, 400, I'm just throwing them right into the middle of the room. And, of course, those things stand up, right? Not unlike they don't go into a bag like most of the stuff does. And he's like, holy spears. You know, I'm like, yeah, it's just, you'll get used to it.
It is weird
wanna
how the
see-
spears do actually stick right up and looking like a really nasty trap.
Yeah, exactly. But you can walk right through them. It doesn't matter.
Right, you are my random box. Right, I now need
Yeah.
more walls.
More what?
Walls. I haven't got enough walls because I didn't have enough clay, so I need walls to put all my stuff on. You know what it's like, my shelves and boxes.
Are you saying walls? WALLS, like a structure?
Walls. I can't say it properly.
Walls.
It's one of those
No, that's
weird-
okay. I wasn't sure if you were saying that or wool, like
Yeah,
like the
fair
string
enough.
or yarn or whatever. And I was like, I'm lousy with wool stuff right now, so let me know, because well, especially you would be too, because all those borders.
I convert that straight away.
Well, so have I, but I mean, it's just in balls sitting in boxes now.
So you have lots of wool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's already been refined for whatever reason, right? So
Oh, I
it's
see. Right.
in-
So it's string.
either-
You got tons of
it's
string.
either
somewhere.
rough, well, it could be rough wool yam, coarse wool, rough wool cloth, cotton cord, whatever, wool yarn. It's not yam, it's yarn, because I can't read their freaking font. So there's just there's a box. I wouldn't say full of it, but there's a box of stuff. More string, more cloth. I'm constantly putting stuff in here. So the loom's full again. I empty it. At least the loom is not the loom is not nearly as ballic as the kilns. Those are a nightmare. Feeding those things.
They're too hungry.
Yeah.
Way too hungry.
Random things I picked up on the way. Okay, that's fine.
Right, I'm semi-organized.
So, and whilst I'm thinking about it now, just in talking to Sargon and thinking about this, or Ronan, I think you called him a lot of times, because he goes by both in his name there.
Quick, sorry, just
So
quick.
that-
Okay, Joe, mate. No, hopefully we'll see you soon.
Later, Joe. So as we invite new members to the clan, especially people just basically coming in from YouTube, I mean, if you've known them for a while or whatever, you kind of get a feeling for them, that's a different story. But that's immediately was my first thought. I got to mark some of these boxes as private, because I can't have people walking off with my materials that I need.
God,
for
no,
leveling up and
absolutely
stuff.
not.
And this is the very thing that made me afraid. It's like bringing somebody in from YouTube land. You don't know if it's a troll. What's stopping them from coming in and just wiping, once they're a clan member, and this is a clan base. It's not like your house where your house is your house. This is shared with the clan. So they could come in here and pull up their construction hammer and just start deleting everything and have it all fall into the drink.
Sargon's
that
been in
would-
chat, I would say, for at least 2 or 3 weeks now. So,
Yeah, Remember him from Bellrite, right?
Yeah.
He did a lot of Bellrite chat.
Yeah, if it's not more probably, but anyway, so he's exactly the kind of guy. Yeah, absolutely. Thank God you joined us, kind of thing. But you're right. A lot of people, we just got to be cautious. We want people to join us, but we've also just gotta make sure.
We don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of people we don't know what's going on with them or whatever. Right.
It's weird how
I
people
need
are. So a lot of us are like, yeah, we are friendly team players, and we want people to be included, and we want to help each other out. And then, why would people come in and do that? I literally no idea why you'd waste your time.
Coming into your channel and say that video looks stupid.
Yeah. Well, haven't you
That's
got
just a waste
better
of- yeah.
things to do than that?
Some people are sad, man, and lonely, and it just is what it is, I think.
Well, it's the total opposite. When people say, "Oh, this looks boring," it's like for me, chatting with you, chatting with the guys, just and then going off and just building and being, I would consider completely creative.
Oh yeah,
While chatting with mates, it's like,
absolutely akin to going someplace and having a beer with somebody, right?
Yeah.
Except, and I'm not gonna. I almost said except this is productive, but it's not. It's a virtual world that will someday get wiped, and and we'll stop paying for it or whatever the case may be. But you know what I mean. It's kind of productive.
My argument towards addiction is this is one of the best addictions I've ever had. It's not destructive. Yeah, it doesn't kill my liver or other parts of my body or whatever. So it's a harmless addiction, and in certain ways, I genuinely believe a lot of the TED talks and other areas of examination where they go, gaming does have positive effects on people's minds. And I'm like, of course, people have been playing strategy games for thousands of years, like Go and cards and chess or some version of it, in order to actually enhance strategic thought. Hey Adam, how's it going, buddy? That is a challenging job. Adam says, I teach some kids who only get a kick out of annoying others. They are bullies and lack social skills and friends. As kids, you got a bit more of a, well, not bit, I've got sympathy for kids, There might be issues at home, don't want to go too far into it, but, there might be more to it. But as adults, come on, by now you should be able to be a bit more of a productive team player. Why ruining people's lives for fun? I just don't get it. It's beyond me. I don't see any personal gain out of it or enjoyment. I don't understand why. Enjoying other people's misery on any level just doesn't make sense for me.
I used to have a guy working for me that was exactly that way. The only way he felt better about himself was to bash on everybody around him, and that was where he got his kicks. And it was just sad, very, very sad.
I guess the work I've been in, obviously working in a nightclub and dealing with drunk twats who are aggressive and full of alcohol and coke and God knows whatever, and possibly aren't, that's not their normal self. Something triggered and they kick off, and right, the bouncers come along, we just got to kick them out. Yeah, right, get these guys out. Hopefully this is what they are. But obviously some people are just born bad. But on the whole, my job is to, look after people. Make sure their evening or day is going as well as possible, and I always need a team to support me, so we've all got to be in the right frame of mind. And I've, through years, decades of experience, have come to the conclusion that if I nag my colleagues, my staff, piss them off and bug them and just nag them, they are going to be worse at their jobs. If I'm constantly bickering and whereas if I encourage them and motivate them and they fuck up, I want them to go, here, if you make a mistake, tell me, because then I can rectify it. I want them to be able to walk up to me comfortably and go, look, I'm really sorry I fucked up. No worries, we'll resolve it, rather than being worried, because I'd rather have the problem resolved than them trying to hide it from me. And I guess, just years of that, I find it a lot easier. It makes my life easier. If I'm friendly to people, it's like when I go in somewhere and I want a cake or a sandwich, I find if I'm nice to the person serving me, they're much happier to serve me quickly and give me the best cake rather than the worst cake, because that's what I would do. If someone comes into where I am and starts kicking off, I'm likely to piss in their beer and hand it over. But if they're really nice to me, I will give them the best that I can get. So I try to just treat people as I want to be treated myself. I think Confucius had something right there, you know, the golden rule.
Golden rule.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does. It's just, it makes sense. People are going to be, you know, nicer and friendlier and helpful if you are nicer and friendly and helpful. So going back to this guy who wrecked someone's, you know, wrecked their building. What was he thinking? He was there for hours. Just you could press so many buttons and click loads of shit, and it would just be so irritating doing it. Let alone, you know, I don't get it. It still does, mate. You know, it still blows my mind. Why, you know, if just wasting all that time when you could be doing anything else. That's what blows my mind. Anyway, but going back to it, I think we should be relatively cautious and hopefully just get people that are of like mind and just want to build and help and be a part of the team rather than be dickheads.
Right, but I think who's going to join you and then say, hey, I'm only here to be a dickhead?
Yeah.
Probably not too many people, right? And I'm guessing that person was disgruntled for some reason or another. Who knows why?
So Adam, are you what, a regular teacher? Or do you specialise in problem children or children with extra needs? I don't know what the proper term is. Need more help, because my sister was a teacher for about 100 years, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I have a lot of respect for teachers. Essential, not a lot, they're an essential part of society, but they don't get paid enough and they're not given enough respect. And dealing with kids all day long, I just know I couldn't. It's way beyond my strength, my skill set. I would be useless.
So for the Demon Hunter's Tunic, that's what we were talking about creating, right? Was it the Demon Hunter's Tunic?
Yeah.
So I still need, I think, 7 worn out lockets.
Oh, okay.
You gotta go farming. Everything else I've got. And I've got the recipe.
I think that should be a priority then. But basically, when we get enough for you to get it, that you should get the first 3 lockets regardless, so that you can make that. Because there's nothing I really want to make at the moment, or should I say really want, nothing that I can make specifically. I just want to start, you know, farming lockets so that I've got them, so that when I get recipes I can make them. But that would be essential. Yeah. And I think maybe Joe might want to be a caster variety, so that might work for him as well. History. Yeah, my sister did history and politics. I love history. I'm dyslexic, so I was really crap at school because everything was written down. We had to write and sort of read, and rubbish. But since, well, in the last, let's say, 20 to 30 years, watching documentaries, I just, you know, I love it. I can sit and play games and watch someone, you know, when you're crafting, you're just pressing buttons and just sitting back and you're watching either other YouTubers playing the same game or other games or documentaries of stuff. There was a really incredible documentary on Netflix, Neanderthals, something about Neanderthals, I can't remember exactly, Life of Neanderthal or whatever. It's a relatively recent documentary, and it was just fascinating. I love that shit, especially with all the the way they can actually portray them realistically in the landscape. I think it's just incredible. I haven't played with Lego for 50 years, I reckon. But back in the 70s, that was fun. That was stuff you did.
I am going to check out of Discord and get to crafting, so I'll leave you guys to it.
Okay, buddy.
So you have a good rest of your day.
I'm only going to be on for a short while. To be honest, it's stupid o'clock in the morning, so yeah, no, like that.
Yeah. Cool. Have a good one.
I've heard both terms. I think I'm more familiar with autistic, and I've heard of Asperger's, but I'm not as sure what that entails. But I'm assuming that's it's not an easy condition, that's for sure. So my respect to you, mate, especially looking after kids. Because obviously I've come to understand that with autistic, it's not so much as a lot of autistic people seem to be quite capable in certain areas. I guess Rayman's a classic example based on that one individual. I don't know his name, but it's because they are so highly focused that they are, someone like me, some people are just, you've got lots going on, so you don't really spend a lot of time considering certain aspects, whereas if you have autism and you are, you have a competency towards maths, you are going to spend, or you are going to be able to expand your ability in maths because that's what you focus on. So I can imagine it being a real challenge, Yeah. Keeping it, relatively simple, but managing to stay focused on a particular aspect. There's that Australian comedian. Let's call him rugged. Jim Jeffries or Jim Johnson or something like that. He always says that he has autism, and I think he's level 1. I'm assuming he's telling the truth. It's not the kind of thing you're going to lie about, is it? But yeah, I like his humour. I know it's completely inappropriate, but it definitely appeals to me. Hi, Royston. I think it's good. Okay, so I'm gonna be relatively honest. I'm not sponsored by the game company. I am literally just a gamer who likes to stream. So other people, my buddies, when they're not playing, they can watch, or other people can, see what we're doing. You gotta like crafting, yeah. this game is a crafting game for sure, and the crafting recipes are really quite complex. So a lot of component parts, making, armor. Let's have a look at the armor. This is probably this is one of the most complex things I've done. So you've got to make the sheets, you've got to make the studs, you've got to make the buckles, you've got to make the leather, and you've got to make them at different stations, and you've got to go and harvest them, and you've got to go and collect them in, and you just basically got to build your own plot. So this is relatively convenient because it's very near to the tier 2 area. So harvesting, crafting, building, lots of it. It's MMO, so there's lots of people online. There's now probably 6, 7, 9 of us, I think, 8 or 9 in the clan, and that's within a week. So it's definitely a community-based game. Chatting with your buddies on Discord while you're playing. Or whenever we feel like it, we will go off to a hostile area and start killing the bad guys. There are human baddies, wildlife, that kind of stuff. This is the only area we've really delved into because we're new. We've only been playing it a week. So exploration. Yeah, I like it. I like crafting. I like chatting. I like exploring new games. I think it looks gorgeous. It's been really well designed. There's a lot of really cool. I can get rid of those. Like all those orange bits are part of building, and that's because I got my building hammer out. So if I get rid of my hammer, that's what it looks like. That's obviously a production center by a player. That's the kind of thing I'll be building, so I can mass produce ore. Yeah, crafting, community, chatting, exploring, hunting, fighting. There is PvP, but none of us have even gone close to that yet. It's early access, so there's huge potential. We've had quite a few of the guys who are already in Discord go, oh, I like the look of this, and join us. So is this a good game? Yeah. I've got about 80 hours in a week, and I've still got lots of time left in me, so I would definitely say it's a good game. Adam, there's no economy in the game as such. Players have been bartering with each other. Someone's, like Levi and Matt have met other people, and they've gone, oh, I can make this, will you get me that? And they've built up a rapport with other players in the game. So there's only that, but the developers are planning on implementing some kind of player-based economy. As for traders, there's no NPCs, there's no friendly NPCs in the game, so essentially they're all hostile at the moment. So no, there's nothing like that available yet. What's that doing? To be honest, apart from the crafting is incredibly complex to the extent that like with most games, I've got to get the ore, I've got to smelt the ore into ingots, then I've got to turn the ingots into different component parts. So even iron buckles, which I can't make at the moment because I need a forge, so I've got to put a forge here, which is there. So I need to build all those component parts to build a forge, which will look like that, which will go somewhere around here, because this is my blacksmithing station, and that's just carpentry at the moment. and then tailoring, and so yeah, the crafting is really detailed, really well thought out, but the rest of the game is relatively basic. I think I'm guessing they probably launched it in early access going, right, this is the base game, now we would like player feedback to say, you know, which line do you want us to go in, what do you actually want us to do with this game, and we can go, all right, we want, you know, mounts, you know, it's a big map, there's no fast travel, so mounts would be really cool. So, you know, like with every game you play, you're like, oh, this is a great game, but if only I had windows. You know, I wish I had windows, or if only I had staircases. Now, this game has windows and staircases, but you know, I think we all do that. We all think, oh, if only I could just... So hopefully... And to be honest, last weekend when we were talking about it, when Matt first showed us it, we had two choices. We could either go, all right, looks like an okay game, let's just wait a couple of months and see where they go with it, or we could start playing it and go, yeah, we like the game, but why don't we try and help influence it to become a game that, you know, that we actually want to play. So hoping that the developers make the game better, rather than going, right, we played the game for this amount of hours, we're making videos, we're live streaming, these are the things, some of the issues we've had. One of the things I don't like about the game, in fact I absolutely hate, is when you level up, you go from green to yellow to orange to red, and then very hard, and then impossible. Yeah, so basically what you're going to do is make an orange item, and that's the cheapest one with the least resources, and I'm going to make 100 of those. I'm going to get all the crap in, make 100, and then literally throw them away, and I absolutely hate that. What I want to do is be able to make it and then dismantle it, and then make it and dismantle it, make it and dismantle it, knowing full well that I am going to lose parts on the way. You know, I'm not going to get it all back, but just literally making a ton and then walking outside, dumping it on the ground, coming back in, that just destroys me. It's the worst part of the game. Everything else I can handle, but that needs to be fixed immediately. You know, the way I see it is, if you, what's a good thing to make a weapon? Right, so spears, pointy stick, right? You can't turn that back into sapwood. But if you get a normal spear, where are my spears? Or okay, let's just wooden spear. There you go. You could take the steel spike off. You could take the nails out, and you could take the long fine wood. You could take it apart, and you could take it apart, put it back together, take it apart, put it back together, and over time it won't give you any experience, so you move on to something else. But throwing it away, having made a ton of items, it's just wrong. It's got to be sorted out. Now there's a few bugs, a few glitches, flying pigs, weird things happening. You change zones, you get knocked out of the game. You know, just all the typical bugs that games have when they first come out. No more, no less. Combat is directional. It's just like Bannerlord or Bellwright. I wish I could move while I'm swinging the axe, but you can't. You've got to basically be still. So it's harder to see when you're not in combat, but you can't actually move the character. You can when you're blocking. So you can walk around when you're blocking, but as soon as you swing, you stop. Which is a bit of a ball ache when you're surrounded and you just want to walk backwards away from the mobs while still hitting. Yeah? So I want to still be walking backwards while I'm hitting, but I can't. So I know you can in other games, you know, so I wish you could in this. But that's not a major issue. As I say, my only big hate is the massive waste of resources. And it's not just that, it's you dump all the crap on the ground and then it just lurks there, and it's obviously doing no favours to the server and the lag on the server, so please fix it. Right, I'm trying to, what have I got here? Right, that one can go here. Right, so I don't know whether to go that way. I guess I will. And then that way. Oh, I can't. Okay, because it's red, I can't put it there. Not my plot, so I'm going to have to go diagonal. But yeah, I like crafting, I like building, I like exploring, and I much prefer to do this with other people. It's not the best building system in the world, I've got to be honest. There. Oh, that's better. Okay. But it's alright. So I've only put these here just to get them in place so I can use them. But once I get all the walls in, I'll have a better idea of how much space I've actually got. You know, I might even put, I'm definitely going to put partitions. I'll probably have a second story. So, but it's a lot better than the first plot I built. Well, I say better, a lot more symmetrical, much better designed. Oh, out of clay now, okay. Yes, I am. Not a whole lot of clay up this end. Well, I can imagine over in human history, I'm assuming that only in recent times have we been so wasteful. It does make a lot more sense to me that, you know, we we would have had to recycle. Everything would have had to be used as much as possible to literally save on resources. So the fact that, you know, there's no way you would make to learn a trade, you wouldn't make an item and throw it away. It's just absurd. And I guess that's the problem. You can't sell it to any vendors. You can only give it away to other players, or store it, or throw it away. Those are the only options. So I'm hoping it's just an oversight. I'm hoping they haven't decided what system to put in place, but they've got to do something. They've got to change it. There's no way, if this was the finished game, they were like, "This is it. This is how we're doing crafting." I'll be like, "No, I'm not going to do it because it's just too irritating." So I'm just hoping that the same way to make an item, the same way to dismantle it. You know, you have the RNG on your chances of success. If you fail and you lose it all, okay, that's fine. But if you succeed at 100%, you get it all back. If you succeed at 50%, you get some of it back, and you always get XP. I hate if I go, "Oh no, you don't get XP." Like, why? I still did it. You know, I still took the time to do something, so I want the experience for it. But yeah, this is based on the name Pax Dei. It's obviously got Roman influence. I'm looking. So I've just moved to this area, so I don't know where any of the resources are. And I'm looking for clay. So yeah, I love the Roman era. You know, it just expanded so much and had so much influence, essentially on the whole world. By at the end of it, and it's incredible, how advanced they were in comparison to all the people around them. It's just mind blowing. See this, huh? Whoever's crafting here came outside their plot and just dumped all this on the ground. Well, we've got suede. So they're obviously, now I can pick that up. A suede leather hairband. And just, you'll see all that outside. Anyone who's actively crafting, who's trying to level up, you'll see that outside their plot, and it's just mad. But yeah, this kind of thing, I quite like this. I'm hoping to create something similar, not identical obviously, because I won't be able to, but obviously they didn't like the fact that all the crap grew through their floor, so they decided to, and they've still got storage down here, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, spent a bit of time and effort making some of the place look good. It's really cool. They probably left the roof off for now, just because it's so much lighter. They also need to make more options for lighting, because it is a bit limited and not very bright. You come in from outside and it takes a few seconds for your eyes to adjust, and it's still quite dark anyway. There's a lot of clay up by my old base. I'll see if I can find some around here. It'll save me a lot of time. I'm not going to need much clay for now. I just need enough for the walls. Once I've got that, I'm good to go. Right, where's that going to go? Up here. Because by the other base, there's a massive swampy area in the middle. There's loads of clay around it, so This is Vlad's new place. So pretty much a couple of hours. You know, he came on, joined us. He'll probably be back on tomorrow, and well, hopefully be on tomorrow and expand it out. Absolutely, Adam. There's just so much potential. You know, what can they do? I like it. I find the guy, you know, when I'm not playing it, I'm just thinking about it. We're getting now to the point when people log on. This is probably the quietest time, but from about 12 midday GMT through till about, well, it's 6 GMT now, we've got a few people on, so there's always a bit of activity. But at the moment, most of us are just at the early stages where we are literally learning the game, learning where the resources are, learning how to craft, how to build. So the exploration is secondary. It's more of a case of, oh, this is like, oh, okay, I know where I am now. I just wandered into Levi's pad. I could probably do with some food if I'm going to be completely honest. I think he's done a great job. You know, he put this together in a couple of, probably about 2 or 3 days. He's still working on it, but it's just so well organised. And yeah, wandering past and knowing full well that he's totally cool with me topping up my gear. You know, it's great. There's certain things that aren't an issue of mass production. Food, potions, arrows. Now, using them to level up is fine because you know you can just store them and you're going to go through them. But leveling up and making gloves, knowing full well you're just going to throw them all away, is completely different. And weapon swapping is nice and easy. This is where the flying pig was, I think, somewhere around here. Right, I think I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow to get my clay, because that means going all the way back to this area, and I've got to call it pretty soon. Yeah, not a lot of clay. Maybe Levi knows where there's some more. I'll ask him tomorrow. Like I said, I don't need a ton. I just need a bit more just to finish off the walls. It's really weird. Some guy came onto one of the streams and said, "Oh, well, not the streams, the video I made, you know, first impressions. The game is horrible for 2024." As much as you could criticise any new game for whatever reason, the game looks horrible is certainly not a valid criticism. Terraforming, no terraforming. I think that would be pretty tricky in an MMO. I'm not entirely sure how they'd implement that, but no, there isn't. Which, yeah, I think the flatter the land, the easier it is to build for sure. But I think with the quirky landscape, it's given people opportunity to produce some. I think that might be player. That castle up there. Let me check. It might. See, this is the area. He wouldn't. No one can build it here. This is tier 2, so you have to stay within your own zone. Tier 1 down here. But that's my plot, so that might be inside. Wasn't it incredible? They used to march all day and then get to a certain place, and then before they'd literally build a fortified camp by the end of the day, and it's just amazing what they could achieve. You know, while all the barbarians would basically just, you know, barely put up tents, you know, and drink and whatever, but the Romans were just miles ahead in discipline, no, in systematic organisation. It was just they're amazing culture, really were. But that being said, I'm going to call it. It's 20 to 7 here. So, logistics, yes. Yeah, that's the word. But, yeah, Adam, always a pleasure. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it, mate. Obviously, if you ever want to... you are in our Discord, obviously. Yeah, cool. And thanks for all those shorts you used to do. They were really cool. But, I'm going to call it a night now. So... thanks to everyone who's joined the clan, everyone who watches the stream, everyone who supports my channel. I really do appreciate it. You know, I'm just an old gamer having a bit of fun. Nothing too serious, but I do appreciate the support. If anyone's got any comments or suggestions on how to improve our gameplay, we would appreciate it. Just drop them down in the comments below. If you do like our content, do please consider liking and subscribing. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching. So, no, like Adam, thank you very much for joining me, mate, and I hope I'll see you soon. That would be cool. You know, they're really good. I love them. Thank you very much. And so, everyone, thank you. Good night.